Here some years ago in the middle America, there was a preacher by the name of Daniel Greenfield. A great mighty minister. Many of you clergymen has read his book. And one night he had a dream. And on this such night that he had a dream, he thought he died and he went up to heaven. And when he got to the gate, the gatekeeper come out and he said, "Who approaches this place?" And he said, "I'm Daniel Greenfield, an evangelist from America." Said, "Just a moment, Mr. Greenfield. I'll see if I can let you in if your name's on my book." All right. He looked the book over. He came back and he said, "Sir, I'm sorry, but your name is not on the book. You must depart." Oh, he said, "Surely you're wrong. I preach the gospel. I lived a good life." Said, "Surely my name is on the book." "I'm sorry," he said. "It's not here." He said, "What shall I do then?" He said, "You might appeal your case to the great white throne judgment." Well, he said, "I have no choice. Then I must do it." And he said, seemed like he began to move through the air at a terrific speed. And he came into the presence of a light. And as the light got brighter, he got slowing up. After a while, he come to a still stop. The light was not coming from any certain place, but it's just all around him. Oh, he said, such a feeling to stand in that presence. And there was a voice came from the light and said, "Who approaches my throne?" Like a great thunder coming out. And he said, "Oh God, Jehovah, I am the evangelist Dan Greenfield. I was turned away from the gates of heaven, and I was asked to appeal my case at your justice." "Very well," he said, "I will try you by my law." He said, "Daniel Greenfield, did you ever tell a lie?" He said, "To that time I thought I'd been at least an honest man, truthful." But said, "Oh, then in that presence, I seen that I'd told him any little thing was kind of crooked, had a double meaning." He said, "Yes, Lord, I've lied." He said, "Daniel Greenfield, did you ever steal?" He said, "Of anything I thought would have been honest. But in the presence of that light, I remembered of many a little deal that I pulled that was shady." Brother, sister, in your church, around your neighbors, in presence of your pastor, you may seem pretty good, but wait till you're in the presence of that light. That perfect light. Then he said he heard a voice come again and said, "Daniel Greenfield, my justice requires perfection. Were you perfect in your life?" Said, "No, Lord, I wasn't perfect." And said, "I was just ready to hear that great blast come. That seemed like my bones had disconnected, and I was shaking like I could not stop." So then I heard a voice. It was the sweetest voice I ever heard. Said no mother could speak like that. And said I turned to look, and I saw the sweetest face that I ever saw. And said he walked up and put his arms around me. And he said, "Father, that's true. Daniel Greenfield wasn't perfect in his life. But there's one thing that he did in his life. He stood for me down on earth. So here in heaven, I'll stand for him."